Okay, so this is our first lab assignment slash tutorial. So for each week, I'm gonna post one of these every week so that you can develop your computing skill throughout the semester. So this is our first one, and I assume that you already have the R installed. If you haven't, the installation instruction is on the website. You should go ahead and do that and come back to this. So first, I'm gonna jump right into this. So this is what our studio interface would look like. So there are 4 panels which you can resize to whatever size you want for each pane, and we'll use every panels on this by the end of the course. But yeah, but for now, you can just play around with just resizing it. But for our purpose for this lab, we're gonna only use the bottom left pane, which which we call the console. That's where we're gonna type a bunch of commands in, and R will do stuff for you. All right, so I'm gonna start by introducing the basic mathematical commands that you can use for computing stuff for the problem set or the first lab assignment. So first, you can start by typing in any number. R is really good at computing stuff for you. So you can just type in any number you want, and it will give the same thing back. It hasn't done anything useful for you yet. You can add number by doing what you would do on a normal calculator, but for this, for R, you see what you have typed in so far as well. So if you have 203 times 100, it gives you the number that you would expect. So that's 303. You can do subtraction, 24 minus 10, 24. Or you can do multiplication. Multiplication, we don't use x as a multiplication symbol. You use star instead. For example, 20 star 10, you get 200, which is equal to 20 multiplied by 10. And for subtraction, use slash as a subtraction sign, and you get 2 back. And it can do 500 divided by 13. So it gives you the decimal points as well. So that's all great. So that doesn't look very useful yet. If you have a really complex mathematical expression where you have parentheses, it can do that for you as well. So if you want to do 40 times 10 plus 50 times 10, so that should give us 900, and that gives us 900. And note that for R and most programming languages, the multiplication and division takes priority. So for this case, the expression would be equals to what you would expect right here. If you put these two expressions in the parentheses, so it would not confuse the expression with this expression, which is not what we want. So we wanted to do the multiplication first, and then addition or subtraction. So I think you have enough functionality on R that you can use for the problem set. So you don't have to spend money on scientific calculator. I think that's already outdated, since we have really a much more powerful resources that we can use. Okay, let's talk more about mathematical functions that you can use for computing stuff for the assignment. So you can have square root of 4, and you get 2 back. So we call this a function, and the function will take in an argument. The argument is what you take in, that's what you put into a function. So square root of 16 is 4, and you can do that as well. So we have that. So yeah, square root, that's and there are a lot more mathematical functions that you can use besides square root, but we'll get into more of them later. Yeah, but for now, you can do that. Great. So I think you're now ready to do part of the lab assignment, you can either jump to that, pause the video, jump to that, or you can watch the whole thing and go back to the place where you don't understand or you don't remember the command for. So now I want to direct your attention to the top right corner, which I think is very useful. So it's called the History tab. So if that Workspace tab, which I haven't explained that yet, just ignore that for now. Look at the History tab. I'm gonna put this pane down. Okay. So you can see that it records all the history, all the command that you put in so far. If you want to go back and see what the answer for what's the value of the expression is, then you can go back in and then send it to console by clicking the button to console and then press enter. You can also do that by just double click and get there. Okay, so that's very useful when you want to get to the command that you already type in. For now, the commands are really short, so you're fine with retyping it. If you want to go back, you can always go back to this pane because it records everything that you already put into R. All right. So that's using R as a calculator. Very useful, very powerful. All right, and next up, I'm gonna introduce you to another kind of programming concept. Every programming language will use this. It's called variable assignment. And obviously, it's not a command in R, so it gives you an error, an expected symbol, because it doesn't know what to do with it. So, all right, variable assignment. So, suppose you want to compute something that looks like this: x times y. Say object x not found. That means it doesn't know what x is. But you can assign the value to x by using this expression. So you note that this is the left arrow. That means the symbol at the end of the arrow, I'm gonna assign value of 400 to it. All right, and y, I'm gonna assign 100 to that. So you can now do x times y, because now R recognize what x is. They said, because you already said that, well, x, I will assign this value to it. So whenever you see x, it should be 400. Whenever you see y, just think about it as 100. So now we'll do what you want it to do. So x times y, so it will be equal to that. Plus y will be equal to that also. And yeah, that's a variable assignment. So you can now just type in just the name of the variable. It will give you the value that you assign back in case you don't remember what it is. All right, nice. Okay. Another trick that you can do is that you can do x plus 400. So in this case, well, it will evaluate the right-hand side of the arrow first. So we know that x is 400. So 400 plus 400, you have 800. So that means that it will assign 800 to x and update its value. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and this should be 800. And I'm gonna press the up arrow twice to go to the command that I put in previously. So if I run that again, arrow x plus 400, it will keep changing the value of x. As you can guess, now the value of x is 1200. All right. So this is very key point. So for variable assignment, so whatever on the right hand side of the assignment operator to the right of the arrow of the arrow side will get evaluated first. So that means if you do x equal to z plus 200, it will say that object z is not found because z hasn't been assigned to anything. So remember, it will assign the value, it will evaluate the expression on the right hand side first.